Many people think that those who speak a lot in groups and have opinions on everything are the ones who are good at communication. I used to think the same a few years back until I realized that those who speak a lot are only liked initially. As time goes on, they become annoying to others because people get tired of their constant opinions and they don't expect anything new or insightful from them. That is when I realized that too many words do not make you an articulate person. Articulation is not about filling the silence with words, but it is about using words with clarity and purpose so that you can bring meaning in your communication and is also well understood by others. There have been many times I have been complimented for articulating my thoughts effectively by my friends and my colleagues. This inspired me to make a video about it in an attempt to share my perspective with those who are willing to learn from me. Hello, my name is Tanvi, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to articulate your thoughts effectively so that you don't waste your words in an attempt to be understood by others. Knowledge and curiosity about the topics you speak on are crucial. Most good speakers truly understand their subjects well because they have a deep curiosity about them. Take teachers, for example. A chemistry teacher who explains a subject very well may struggle to explain physics with same clarity. This is because her curiosity drives her to invest her time and energy into mastering chemistry. The same applies to our daily communication. When we thoroughly understand what we are speaking about, we can convey it to others more effectively. While we can't be experts in everything, it is our interest that makes us curious to learn and understand our topics. And this understanding becomes the foundation of effective communication. Giving structure to your words is a way to organize them. It helps you to gain mental clarity on what you want to convey and how you want to convey it to others. There is no room for overthinking. Many a times we think emotionally and then convey our same emotions to others. And then after the conversation ends, we might think that I should have not shared that or I should have conveyed it better. This usually happens because you have not structured your thoughts before articulating them. As a result, you might speak more than necessary or feel unsatisfied with the way you have communicated. When you structure your thoughts, it gives you confidence while communicating. You won't second guess yourself or stumble over your words. However, do not over prepare. Just organize your thoughts so that you can present them logically. Simple ways to structure your thoughts include identifying the purpose of your communication and writing down your thoughts on paper. No matter how well we know a topic, there is always a room for I don't know in communication. You might ask, how is this going to contribute to effective communication? And the answer is by building trust. Effective communication involves sharing ideas without proclaiming yourself to be an expert. You may talk extensively about what you know, but that does not necessarily mean that others will trust you. Admitting what you don't know makes you even more credible, and people naturally respect that honesty. Acknowledging your limitations can invite others to share their own perspectives. Because remember that the goal is not to have a perfect communication, it is to have an effective communication. Saying I don't know prevents you from sharing misinformation, and it also reflects your integrity. It also shows your willingness to learn and makes you even more relatable and approachable. Just as the right words are important to convey your message, it is the silence between those words that makes your communication more effective. You can't be talking all the time with no room for active listening. It makes the communication one-sided and makes it seem like you are trying to preach others. Listening to others builds understanding. Although you might be able to convey your message in the most logical way, but it is listening that helps you to connect with others on an emotional level. It shows that you respect other person's viewpoints, and when people feel heard, they are more likely to get engaged in your conversation. Also, when you listen to others, you are in a better position to tailor your message in such a way that there is no room for misunderstanding. Body language includes your posture, your facial expressions, and body movements. No matter what we speak, it needs to align with our body language. For example, if we talk to someone who does not make an eye contact with us, it indicates that the person is not comfortable. But when we speak to someone with whom we can make a direct eye contact, it indicates that the person is confident. An open posture indicates openness and confidence, while a closed posture indicates defensiveness and discomfort. We don't need to study books to know all of these things. These are very obvious forms of human expression. But the problem is that we can see it in others but not in ourselves. It is said that 93% of communication effectiveness is determined by non-verbal cues, which includes body language and the tone of your voice. If your body language contradicts your words, then it can only lead to confusion. That is why practicing positive body language can help you to build confidence and assertiveness. Over explaining yourself or your point of view can come across someone trying to force their opinions on others, ultimately reducing the effectiveness of your communication. No matter how well you convey your point, but if someone is not willing to be open to your ideas or your point of view, over explaining to them can only lead to more confusion or make it more complex. When you over explain, it can signal to others that you are unsure of yourself, that you are not fully convinced with what you're saying. This is why many people struggle to communicate their boundaries, because they simply over explain for having healthy boundaries. Clear and concise communication reflects assertiveness, and it shows that you value your time and your energy and expect other people to do the same. Recognize that it is okay for others to disagree with what you say at times, because not everything you speak requires universal approval.